Jaskier in a Witcher prequel that takes place about 1500 years before the main show? Yeah, it's happening. Also, we were told what we can expect for season 2 of the main Witcher show. Really quick, I just have to do this in case you aren't aware. 𝐵LOOD_ORIGIN is a 6-episode, at least for the first season, story of the first Witcher on the continent. While it's about 1500 years before the books, I think they're doing a little less in the show, about 1200 years. With the conjunction of spears and the continent saw the coming of humans and monsters, sometimes the same thing. A Witcher was created to make the land a safer place by hunting down those monsters. So yeah, just really quick, it's basically the tale of the first Witcher about 1200 to 1500 years before the main show. And Jaskier is actually going to be in this show, which I know sounds really funny because he's human, even though they did not age him properly in season 1 of The Witcher, which they're gonna fix. If you've seen the trailer for season 2, he actually looks like he's aged a bit. So how is Jaskier going to be in 𝐵LOOD_ORIGIN? Well, he's going to be the narrator. And not just the narrator, we're actually going to see him, and it just might be a little like, oh, let's do a snippet to Jaskier in the main show time, writing these epic poems or songs, or just talking about the story to someone. I don't know, I'm happy to see Jaskier. I like all the little things they're doing to connect the main show to 𝐵LOOD_ORIGIN. I think it's really cool, but, you know, maybe you're not too happy about Jaskier being in 𝐵LOOD_ORIGIN, you can let me know in the comment section down below. I can always use more Jaskier, so that's where I'm at. Okay, now let's talk about season 2 of the main Witcher show, now that I've talked about 𝐵LOOD_ORIGIN, which, by the way, there should be more leaks and stuff coming soon. It's just a little bit slow right now. So first, Lauren Hissrich, who is the showrunner for the main Witcher show, talked about what we can expect for season 2 and how it will be different from season 1. So I just want to read what she said. In season 1, especially with all those short stories from 𝑆polowski's The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, we embrace different tones. Going into season 2, it had been my intention to keep doing it that way, let it go with the flow, but the stories are a bit more intense. We lean into those darker elements, and I think they perfectly suit the stories. The only things we really tried to be consistent about was keeping Geralt's sense of humor. Also, you may remember they talked about how Geralt isn't going to grunt so much in season 2 of The Witcher. They're actually going to give him more of his clever dialogue, which if you've read any of the books, he's a bit of a talker. He acts like this emo, like, loner boy, but man, he loves to run his mouth like a teenage girl. As for Geralt's sense of humor, I'm hoping they turn that up a notch in season 2 than in season 1. Also, in case you don't know, we're getting a ton more monsters in season 2, so that's kind of what she's talking about, the darker elements. We're going to see more death and stuff like that. So if you want more spooky, scarier stuff, you're in luck. Which is why I really wish they would have released it this month, but I understand things got delayed by months due to this world event we're all going through. As for beefing up certain character storylines, Lauren did say that they are giving more to certain characters just to honor them, such as Yennefer. She's being given more meat to her story because, as you know in the books, we do spend time with Yennefer, but we don't necessarily spend that much time as what we did in season 1. And I know that bums some people out because we've definitely given more to certain characters that don't necessarily have it, and I will admit sometimes they've shown things that are only talked about in the books that we don't really get to experience, and they kind of messed it up, and it would have been better if they just talked about it. But I'm interested to see how they bulk up certain character roles, and I'm okay with where they're going with Yennefer in season 2 from all the leaks and spoilers, and I'm sure they're going to do her justice. If you haven't seen, there are 3 posters that have been released. I believe Yennefer's is born to survive, Geralt's is to protect, I think Ciri's is to fight. They're really cool posters if you want to check them out. Hopefully I have them next to me right now so you don't have to like Google anything. Not that you're lazy and you can't do that, but yeah, just trying to help you out. Geralt and Ciri's relationship was also talked about in season 2, so we were told that Geralt does fully embrace her as a child of surprise, and that he decides, I'm going to protect this child with everything that I have. On Ciri's end, she's initially super excited because, hey, I found my protector, I found my destiny, but then when he's fighting monsters and death happens, she realizes, okay, this isn't so black and white. I'm not necessarily completely safe because I'm with this man, which causes her to question more things and want to seize her own destiny and be able to protect herself, which leads leads into, we were told Ciri definitely wants to become a Witcher in season 2, and Geralt's like, no you don't. There was also talks of Kaer Morhen and also the other Witchers being around and how they wanted to play that and how they wanted to do, okay, these are these emotionless Witchers, but at the same time they have a softer side and they have a brotherly bond when they're at the old Witcher school, when they're staying there for the winter, and they wanted to do a delicate balance with that. So there's going to be some male affection and softness between the Witchers that I'm excited to see and how exactly they do it. And on Witcher emotions, Lauren also spoke a little bit, so I'm going to read what she said on that. What I think is so fascinating is the debate around Witcher emotions. It's easier to pretend they don't care what anyone thinks about them after they kill someone. Then you introduce Ciri into this vulnerable teenage girl who's lost everyone, and you get to see more range. The Witchers kill monsters, even if they care about Ciri. So the Witchers kind of get to see it through the eyes of Ciri, someone that is actually important to Geralt, so that it becomes important to them. Also, I love the debate about emotions with Witchers. We see that a lot in the books. We also saw that in season 1, that people claim, you guys don't have any emotions, you're just like soulless monster killers, mutants, freaks. And we know Geralt has quite a bit of emotions. We know the other Witchers have emotions. It's just, they go through a hard process to become a Witcher. I talked in other videos about season 2 of the main Witcher show and what to expect, so if you want to get more into that, you can always go to the channel main page and search and just put Witcher and it'll probably pop up, or news or whatever. So the last bit of news I want to talk about is the fact that you probably already know, it was confirmed we are getting season 3 of The Witcher ahead of season 2 actually premiering, so season 3 is already going to happen. Well, we have leaked information that shows they are actually going to start filming in the beginning of 2022, so next year, which I'm guessing means we're going to get season 3 in December, just like we're getting season 2 this December. Last December we got season 1. I kind of hate that they release it around Christmas, but I love The Witcher so much, I just kind of gotta suck it up and just binge watch it around Christmas. I would still love if they were able to move it to October so we all have darker stuff to watch. But, you know, I understand things got pushed around due to world events and people getting sick. So besides that, like, subscribe, come back for more videos. I did a video talking about 5 monsters we're likely going to see in season 2. So if you want to check that out, no real big spoilers. It's just talking about the monsters and probably why they're going to be a big deal. Whoever decides to face off against them, you know, Geralt, maybe another Witcher. So yeah, thank you for watching.